Welcome back to The Edge. Will Google use Microsoft's new IndexNow protocol? A 4-day outage at SiteGround is over, but there's a lot still to be recovered. These headlines written by a human, but maybe we should let the machine give it a try. Google says machine written content may be okay. So for some ranking, we got to rethink this entire intro. If that's good. You're listening to News from The Edge for this week, November 15th, 2021, here on Edge of the Web Radio.
From the Edge of the Web studios, here's what we're looking at this week.
I was wondering if that human actually did write the headlines there. Thanks. You kind of logged that one at me, Jacob. Jacob is in the booth, but he is still feeling under the weather.
I'm here.
How's that paper cut, Jacob?
It's healing slowly.
Healing slowly.
It's kind of what it feels like, a paper cut at the back of the throat. Just can't,
Wow.
can't quite get rid of it.
So we actually need to spin up a GoFundMe for Jacob's paper cut.
Please.
Jacob's been out of the pocket here for a week now, and he's
So basically, nothing is Site Strategic is getting done.
Exactly. Nothing is getting done over Site Strategics, and he's hawking up some large growth at this point in time. I have no idea what's going on over there.
I must have 3 lungs.
Is it COVID?
It is not.
It is not COVID. That's the
only.
only. That is the only thing that's confirmed. Is that this is not COVID?
Oh, you got tested. Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's almost passing out as he coughs. So he got a mute button. He's like writing it right
And
now.
I sure am.
Hey, this is Edge of the Web Radio. I'm your host, Erin Sparks. Every week we talk about the news in digital marketing. We also talk to amazing guests around the planet, unpacking digital marketing strategies for you, our listeners. Each week we're covering the SEO and digital marketing news separately from our interview podcast that we drop each and every week. So tune in every Tuesday as much as possible, unless we're sick, and then we have to change and ask possibly if our co-host could change. And evidently, some things aren't as priority as
I'm
as
so
others.
sorry. I had to work for the job that actually pays me.
So
You're right. I should have totally ignored the job that pays me to do this podcast.
I think he's
with you.
bucking for a raise or something like that. That is.
What, 0 times whatever is still 0.
I am
You
going
know
to
what?
give you a 100% raise.
Yeah. Nope.
Thank you.
I'm a triple it, Morty.
Damn, I don't think you have that power.
Oh, wow. That's
Jacob.
exciting. He's already said it's 100 times. You're going to triple it? I don't think you understand how math works. Huh?
No, he didn't say 100 times. He said 100%. That's a doubling.
It's a
It
double,
needs to
yeah.
be at least
I-
3 times as big.
That's what I did. It was 3 times.
To quote Zoolander or something like that.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh,
Yeah,
upcoming guest, Darren Shaw. You got a nice lineup. You got Glenn Gabe coming on?
He's promised he's going to be going on the show. Yep, absolutely. And we go.
Can never get Glenn, if he's listening, I can never get Glenn Gabe to do anything with me other than talk about the Yankees.
Well, don't scare him away, man. We've been trying to get him on for a couple of years.
Oh, Glenn, I would not do this show, dude.
Son of a biscuit eater.
Oh, Eli Schwartz.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Product SEO. We got Darren Shaw. We got Joe Martinez back a 4th time. He was in the show with Michelle Morgan. It was a fantastic show about PPC. So we're going to be airing that too. How about that?
You should, when you have Eli on, ask him about our story with the leaves.
The leaves.
Leaves and a car and a flat tire.
Okay. Oh, well, is this going to get me in trouble?
Okay. No?
See, you're starting to actually troll me out there, and I'm getting suck it Trebek all over the place. All right, so
Whoa. I linked to a GIF.
what is it? Which is it? You can't decide either.
I don't gives a crap. People who argue this is a GIF. You have like literally, you have no life, and I have no life.
We all.
But I'm telling you, you have less of a life than I do if we're debating this. But no, you trolled me, dude.
How did I troll you?
You put it in the newsletter. Oh, Mordy didn't do the show last week.
Oh, it's actually more in the newsletter. It's actually in the podcast summary too.
I also, I caught that also.
I mean,
I was listening to hope you really screw up the news without me.
it was about commitment, man, and it's like, oh my gosh, he just.
Oh, you want to talk about commit? How about we commit to the time we actually set to do the podcast?
Oh, right, like right now?
Yeah, like right now. See, I'm here.
All right,
This is the
fine.
time we dedicated and committed to it.
This is yeah, absolutely. And I mean,
Yeah,
I
you
got
better hurry up because in 40 minutes from now, my calendar says I'm not committed to this anymore.
oh, son of a gun. Jeez, we
That's
got
how we're gonna roll
we're
here,
gonna
huh?
quadruple what we pay you to be on board. Come on.
Great. Thank you.
All right, this is the Site Strategics Digital Marketing News Desk of Edge of the Web. And joining me, if you don't know who this person is the indomitable Mordy Oberstein, Head of Communications at SEMrush. How's everything going on over here? I mean, you're not even asking me how my weekend was. You're not, it's just,
Why would I ask you how your weekend was?
I don't know, cordiality? Or
I'm supposed to care. Right, I'm sorry. How was your weekend? How was your family and or pet?
You don't care. You don't care.
Not a chance. No, come on. We already talked about this. About the thing from Sherlock Holmes. You showed your 20-year-old son. That was wonderful.
Right.
You
right.
posted a lovely picture of your children as they were much younger back
Yeah.
in the days of Cub Scouts. That was
That's
lovely.
Right. Yeah. My
saw
daughter
that.
just got in the newspaper again for her eagle. I'm overclimped in the Southside Times, a major publication, a major prestigious award.
That's lovely.
It is. All right, let's talk about news because they don't care about me either. From search engine land by Barry Schwartz, Google is testing the IndexNow protocol for sustainability. A Google spokesperson has confirmed that the search company will be testing the new IndexNow protocol first introduced by Microsoft Bing and Yandex a few weeks ago. Google actually said that while its crawling efforts are efficient, Google will test to see if it can improve its overall sustainability efforts by leveraging the IndexNow protocol. First things first, what in the world is the IndexNow protocol? Mordy.
It's a way for you to tell surgeons, hey, I made a change and or deleted, edited a page here, index it now.
Now. Do it now. As opposed
It would be
to...
nice if it was like index now, please protocol. I think that'd be more polite.
So Microsoft rolled this out a couple of weeks back, and there's a particular API key that you can actually generate to be able to have certain pages. I mean, you just can't abuse the system.
It's
right?
everything you ever wanted from Google, right? I've made a major change to my content.
Yep.
Please index this so that
Please?
it ranks. Please, because what ranked before was, or what didn't rank before was terrible. This is much better. Index now.
Index now. So the deal
Now.
here is that their response was not about, yes, we'll do that. It is, they got to look at their crawling. They got to look at their carbon footprint. They told
That was a fascinatingly ridiculous answer.
they told Search Engine Land, we take a
All
whole
of a sudden now they're worried about, our carbon footprint. I don't know. I don't know if we can do this or not.
Yeah, exactly. They said they've been carbon neutral since
When is
2007.
Sundar going to stop taking private jets around?
Oh, see, so we're going to love that. Yeah, well.
I'm just saying, all of a sudden now it's something we need to test out. We're not sure it works for us.
Right.
SEOs will probably abuse the hell out of this, say changing. Oh, I added the word the to the H1. Index now.
Index now. No.
I had a double period before I deleted index now.
I think this is a way to actually shame us for wanting to be indexed now, is that we may be affecting the carbon neutral stance.
Oh, you mean it's a guilt trip? I never
It is
knew
a guilt
Google
trip.
was Jewish. I never knew that. It sounds very familiar, almost like my mother.
It is. I'll have to send the Jewish space lasers after.
Right. The actual official response back from Google is, what? You want to kill the planet?
Okay, if you really want us to do that.
Okay, if you really want the whole place to burn, I guess we'll do index now.
So,
I mean, there's a lot to it because if you're not CNN or ABC News or whatever it is, Google's not crawling you all the time. And sometimes you have to wait a really long time to be, you made a major change and you're just sitting around waiting.
yeah.
It's better assuming people don't abuse this, which they will.
Yep.
I'm sure Google's smart, can figure out a way beyond this. Like you get like 2 a day. I don't know, whatever. it
Some
is.
sort of governor is that.
There's some way to do this where you've made a major change. It's better for everybody. Is it really? Let's say you are ranking well. Okay, let's say you're ranking number 8, and users are showing up.
Right.
And users are going to search. They're looking at the page like, I don't really know if I really want this. This doesn't seem so great. But you know, because Google's only ranking it number 8, but you make this change. Now you deserve to rank number 2. Isn't that better for users to have you rank number 2 now because your content's better?
Oh, so you're gonna guilt
Do they
Google.
not-
That's what you're doing. You're guilting Google again.
Yeah. Or is Google going to say to the user, what? You want to kill the planet? You want the site to rank number 2 now?
Don't you want your users to find the appropriate information?
Don't you want hey, Google, don't you want your users to find the right content, better content, rank
There
higher
it is.
now?
See, there it is. That is
There
the
we go.
perpetual. That's the perpetual argument.
I know how to guilt. I have plenty of family experience on how to do this.
All right, so we got that one nailed down. So check it out. There's some instructions.
The show
and
can
approach.
only go uphill from here.
There are some instructions on how to actually do that. And being a Yandex have their IndexNow protocols. IndexNow $URL equals a plus your key. We'll soon be getting that instruction of how to do it, but they're still testing it out. So they're not even committing that they're going to do it, right?
It's interesting, right? And then there's a bunch of chatter. I've heard people talking, hey, Shopify, add it. Add the index now. So we just, index it now on Bing or Yandex, whatever it is. I know there's chatter about Wix also. So
it's
I think that, I think you won't have to, if Google adopts this, if you're using one of the CMSs,
right,
including WordPress,
right,
close CMS, you'll probably just have a button that says, like index, submit to index. So you don't have to know how to code to do this theoretically, because the CMS will jump all over it.
This reminds me of the old site map.
Because the CMSs, they don't care about carbon footprints.
They do not. They want to
Those have a
index
button
now.
for it. Index now.
God. Nothing could go wrong here. Absolutely not. All right. You know what went wrong? Sites disappearing from Google Index over an entire week.
They're saving money. They're saving the planet.
Evidently, they're just deciding we're not going to crawl anybody. Now, I got to check this out. SiteGround hosting had an outage over 4 days, and the recoveries are actually coming back around. So SiteGround web hosting suffered a significant 4-day outage beginning Monday, last week, November 8th. It wasn't until November 12th that they actually tweeted out that they had resolved the problem. Many customers lost rankings in Google and a significant amount of website traffic as the holiday shopping season approached. Here's the deal is that all of a sudden, sites are just disappearing from the Google Index that are hosted on SiteGround's name servers. All right, there's an important piece right there. And people were furious. And I mean, they let the tweets fly at SiteGround, and rightfully so to a particular degree, because SiteGround wasn't really answering things nearly quick enough. I mean, these are sites that were disappearing. But the pause here that we want to, they do have a solution. They found out what it was. But I want to actually bring it to everybody's attention. How in the world did they lose visibility so quickly? 4 days out. And Google Index is dropping URLs. Isn't this actually the story? It's not about and you should actually, if you're a site owner, you should know your technology. You should be monitoring, you'd be able to see, but the sites weren't down. They were just being dropped out of index so bloody quickly because Googlebot wasn't able to actually crawl the page. Now, so have you ever seen something like this happen so quickly, Mordy?
It's really quick. My big question is, with Google not crawling these pages, how much less emissions were there? And by them not replying back on their Twitter account, how many emissions were saved there?
And shouldn't they actually offer IndexNow for this entire group of SiteGround name server customers?
You want to kill the planet? I mean, look, SiteGround didn't reply back on Twitter.
Yep.
Because of the emissions, no? That's
evidently so. So they blamed it on Amazon's global accelerator and Google's crawler. So Amazon Accelerator actually navigates congested net traffic and actually finds a better path to DNS resolution. And basically Googlebot was actually getting bogged down with its interaction with the AWS accelerator, as I understand it. But that's
a good point, though, that Google's not looking at CK. Google's taking a look at the server response, and that's it.
Yeah.
Bad response, done.
It's not, yeah, exactly, and especially if the name servers are located in a different building or a different subnet. All of a sudden, I mean, again, you're not reaching the site. We understand that, but my God, this is right during the holiday season, and most of the barrage on Twitter was literally about we're losing $20,000 a week here. Google, can you please have a look at this? SiteGround, what in the world's happening? SiteGround didn't really move quick on the responses. They're still trying to figure this thing out.
That's a terrible, if you marketing, one-on-one here.
Yeah.
If you have a problem, be upfront about it.
Yep.
Communicate and instill confidence in your user base.
Absolutely. Well,
this is the equivalent. It's a marketing equivalent of saying, if you want vegetables to grow, you must water them. It's painfully obvious.
Truly. So
unless you're SiteGround.
That was a huge misstep on them. But I still come back to the fact, how in the world do you lose your indexing in 4 days? Now, I've got an example. We saw one of our sites get blocked by a firewall, right? And we saw that site go down over a period of a couple of weeks, okay? And we finally deduced, and we had a number of great people try to debug this thing with us. But that's a couple of weeks. And we got a signal because Google AdWords was not able to resolve to the ads, right? To the ad destination. So we understood what the heck was going on there, but it took a time to actually drop out of actual index. This was 4 days. What the frick?
Do you think that the fact that Google understood that there was a server-wide problem, there's an issue with SiteGround altogether, and understood that, hey, that's categorically, so we're just gonna.
Yeah, probably so. It's such a large. We are talking how many sites are we talking about in this article here? Thousands of sites. Five sites.
Thousands. Sorry, thousands.
5 sites. Yeah. See what happens when Ever's away for a week, and then gets trolled. Yeah, so it's all over. So pay attention out there. Pay attention to your Google indexing. And if you don't know what we're talking about, go to Google Search Console. See how your sites are actually indexed. You should be paying attention to that regularly. You should
be careful where you choose hosting.
Yeah. You better believe it. You better believe it. But in SiteGround's defense, there are a lot of
I don't blame
customers.
necessarily.
There's a lot of social that are proclaiming, hey, we're coming back to SiteGround's name servers. Everything's going well.
These things happen all the time.
Yep.
The only issue is that they didn't. I mean, you could be not understanding. I understand that. Mm-hmm. The only issue is they didn't communicate, which is not a good look.
No. People freak out.
These things happen all the time.
No, but they lost a lot of money too. So they say.
I forget about everything. So.
Well, you want to earn a lot of money? Well, why don't you actually connect with Site Strategics? We can actually find some great opportunities to be able to create better digital marketing tactics and
SiteGround sites not included.
We're proud to have Site Strategics as a sponsor of Edge of the Web. We're pioneers in the agile digital marketing methodology. And our core specialties are technical SEO, content SEO, SEM, social media management, conversion optimization that actually works. And it's results-based marketing that works for you. So if you're interested in what we can do for you, give us a call at 877-SEO for Web or 877-736-4932. All right. Last article here to take a poke at. This one was pretty darn interesting here. Let's just let robots talk to other robots, right? From Search Engine Roundtable, The Barry Sports, Google says machine-written content may be okay for ranking soon one day. Now, that headline's a little bit off kilter, but...
That's a Barry headline right there. That's definitely a Barry headline.
So says John Mueller. Boom, we're done. All right, so Google has talked about how machine-written content is currently against Google's guidelines, but someday it might not be. We heard the Google talk, Barry did, about this change in 2017, over 4 years ago, but still today, machine-generated content is against Google's guideline. But maybe it's going to change soon, suggests John Mueller of Google. So in the SEO office hours, there was a comment that John made at the 54:19 mark where he said, my feeling is at some point this is going to shift a little in the sense that we'll focus more on quality rather than how it was generated. He was also referring to some aggregated site content from other sites, which would still constitute content written by humans, but it was actually aggregated and parsed by a bot or a machine learning to be able to display content. All the while, we know anything that's been spun by machines over the years has blatantly been against guidelines here. But Are we in this in the place in the next couple of years where AI can actually write better content than maybe the humans behind them? And now we're in a place where if Google can't sniff out that as actual generated content, we could very well be feeding the machine and two machines basically talking to each other. All right, Morty, what do you think about that?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think a lot of the content that's ranking on there for a lot of these queries is already AI content. Some machine spun it up. No, for real. Like you see like these articles, like it's like spikes in sports, right? Some automated system, just drew this up. It's a recap of the game, whatever it is. It's like nothing. It's like very thin content. It ranks for queries, like very popular sports queries, because that's just what you want. And I don't think anybody actually wrote it.
John,
the future is now.
The future is now. IndexNow.
IndexNow.
Index that machine learning now.
Especially if you're on SiteGround. Full
We
circle.
pull it all together. There's the theme of the show right now.
No, but legit, like a product description. Is that really unique content?
Right.
This is a very sturdy wood chair made with wood and glue and nails for your butt to sit on. It's pretty straightforward.
Shut up and take my money.
You don't have to be a rocket scientist.
Sold.
Now, you don't need to be an Einstein to write a product description. Let's be honest.
There's only so many characters that you can move around, right? No, you're absolutely right. So I guess the question is, as everything is moving towards AI generated and smart ads, we got smart ads inside of Google Ads, inside of Facebook. They're giving us the tools to be able to actually not only creatively write, but more importantly, test multiple variations, thousands of variations that you could not realistically write from a human. So we're there and finding those combinations and finding those winning phrases. Wouldn't that be kind of the same vein as that? If the winning phrase serves the consumer better, and there's your connection there from earlier, why wouldn't Google appreciate that? If you're putting the time in to actually generate that and generating your own AI to be able to create some really good content, by association, isn't the human doing it by employing that technology?
Yeah, I mean, so the our case where it gets a little bit complicated, right? I mean, I don't think you need to generate GPT-3, right? But if in cases of like a product description, I think it's the best case. It's straightforward, right? No one wrote the product description. No one's saying who authored this.
Right.
No one writes. Yeah, no one's writing the author name after a product description. Frank wrote this by Frank. It's a blog post where you start writing that kind of content. I don't think any real content is not going to be able to be written by GPT-3.
Yep.
And then even if it is like one of these like thinner kind of blog posts, who do you put as the author?
Well, I mean, honestly, Google's kind of writing its own content anyway in some of these recent featured snippets and rich results, right? They're kind of plucking.
They're using it. Hey, there you go. They're using GPT-3.
Kind of doing it themselves.
And it ranks.
And it ranks above all the organic content.
I wonder if they have an IndexNow button.
They've got an index always button. There we go. There's the news for the day. Hey, SEO chat's coming up this week, Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Who's manning the helm this week?
Oh my God, a fax machine. 877-736-4932.
Is someone faxing?
Are you trying to call the telephone? Are you calling the toll-free number? 877.
There's a phone number at the bottom of my screen here. I'm calling it.
877-736-4932.
736-4932.
What are you doing to my?
Wow.
What are you doing to my show?
Wow, you guys! The fact that you still have a fax machine is incredible.
What the hell is going on here?
I'm calling the number on the screen. I need agile digital marketing services.
Okay, now Jacob's doing it. Oh, this is wonderful, folks. This is wonderful. Thanks so much, Morty. What are you doing? Okay.
I'm calling. You said.
No.
I'm just doing what you said. You said call our sponsor, Site Strategics, for agile. So I'm calling.
Are you getting a fax too? Are you serious?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's why.
You gotta be kidding me.
Like, why is our conversion rate from the podcast so low? Because it's a fax number.
All right, need to talk to somebody about that very quickly. Okay. That said, we'll get on that
SEO
immediately.
chat. Echo release. It's from SEMrush from my team. Just Echo from my team is hosting SEO chat, all about SEO and mental health. Echo is phenomenal. I work with it every single day. You should be there. There you go.
Son of a gun.
So definitely join Echo for SEO chat on Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. We don't accept faxes on SEO chat. You have to come to Twitter.
I'll bring my pager. Somebody get me out of here. All right, check out his SEO chat. It's always a great
Don't
time
forget,
over there.
call 1-877.
I can't hear you. You're driving through a tunnel. I can't hear you. I can hear you. All right, Morty, that's it. Fight me. Love you. Take care. That's it for Edge of the Web. Check out the Darren Shaw episodes here. We drop this week as well as next week. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't call that phone number until we tell you to. From all of us over Edge, stay safe, stay well, and don't be a piece of cyber driftwood. I think that's goes without saying today.
Insert fax machine sound.
Bye-bye, everybody.